where those who perceive truth may strive to make others see.
A big, powerful America, and shoot them for what?
On that continent, we are trying to forge a new identity for which we need each other.
That they can do anything they want to us. We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that.
I want you to imagine that you're an independent investigator and a content creator. You specialize in money and politics, and one day you get a notification for a request to help develop a special report on the state of corruption and money in politics. This report is going to include various graphics and analyses on really the state of the House and Senate in terms of where they get money from. The United States Renaissance Bureau of Investigations has reached out on behalf of the public. Apparently, you were voted into this committee to partner with various watchdog agencies and randomly selected professors and civilians to help develop this report. In terms of the transformation that can and should take place in this Renaissance, I would promote this idea of the United States Renaissance Bureau of Investigation. And this particular proposal would be for transforming the FBI, and I think there's a lot of room for growth here, particularly in leading reform toward the Renaissance. A new mission for a new era, if you will. The FBI really shouldn't, they should evolve from this shadowy enforcer into a beacon for public trust, transparency, and democratic renewal. This idea is not just simply reform, but it's a renaissance of governance. Why would we change now? I mean, of course, the idea of institutions being broken isn't a hot take by any stretch. Distrust in the government and technology in general is really at an all-time high. Technology is weaponized. Surveillance, capitalism, and limited information can easily erode truth and hinder the pursuit of truth in general. The public is left, in so many cases, unprotected. Whistleblowers fear retaliation, and corporations act with impunity. In terms of the Renaissance Bureau solution, they would be transformed into guardians of truth and not spies. What I'm really recommending here is a hybrid oversight council that would include things like technologists, judges, and everyday citizens to ensure accountability. They would replace secrecy with transparency. Whistleblowers should be heroes. There should be blanket protections for those who expose corruption. I would also recommend a media liaison unit to safely relay findings to and partner with journalists in general. Tech for people and not profit. This idea is instrumental in terms of how it's taken and how it's carried out. Part of this would include kind of propaganda alerts, and these are going to be ID verified users flagging potential propaganda and really developing a system that reduces the idea of retaliation from corporations or agencies in general. When it comes down to social media reforms, users should control their data and the algorithms should be made transparent. A good start place would be auditing how pharmaceutical lobbying affects really the NIH and the revolving door between companies and the NIH in general. Another initiative could be the electoral alerts that are really put in place to combat election deepfakes, especially with the rise in AI usage. We're really at a crossroads where we have to choose between fear and faith, control or collaboration, and stagnation or a legitimate renaissance. Some potential allies would be, in terms of government transparency and anti-corruption, foundations like the Sunlight Foundation, the Project on Government Oversight, Represent Us. In terms of digital rights and tech ethics, foundations like the Electronic Frontier Foundation, as well as Accountability Tech and AI Now Institute. In terms of whistleblower and media advocacy, we're looking at things like the Government Accountability Project and the Freedom of Press Foundation. For things like public health and environmental justice, organizations like Public Citizen and the Environmental Working Group. For grassroots and coalition builders, we're looking at organizations like Demand Progress and The Appeal. This proposal is going to be made available on Substack, and I'll try to keep you guys up to date with what happens, and I'll also keep the link in the description. I am sure this won't be the last time you guys hear about it on this channel. In any case, please like and subscribe and follow if you're listening to this on podcast. Thank you for listening. Have a good day. See you soon.